Why still use cassette tape 4 tracks? Why bother with an old analog and quite limited piece of gear when you can do everything on your computer? Let's not talk about the obvious sound qualities of analog, tape compression, saturation and so on. Let's focus more on what a 4-track recorder can do for you as a creator. One thing I wasn't expecting when I started using my Tascam 414 were happy accidents. To give you the most extreme example, we have to go back to February 2020, before the Rona has gained massive popularity. Here Yellow Jello was, recording the first song for the RPN challenge, not aware of my improvisational jam, which wasn't erased from the tape. Notice that the pitch wheel is in the middle, the harmonica is being recorded on the 4th track. Yellow Jello was almost finished with the song, recorded on the slowest speed, so he gave it a listen. When all of a sudden... I guess you already know where this is going. The last part of the song didn't have anything on the 4th track, which meant the harmonica was still there. Now tell me, what are the chances of it being pitched to the right key, while being phrased almost perfectly? One thing I know with certainty is that the chances on a computer are 0. And I'm serious. I'm even wearing a t-shirt for this video, for crying out loud. I'm very serious. But now you're screaming at the screen. This happens once in a lifetime. That's not a reason to use a 4-track. So let's move on to something that will have an impact every single time. There's no undo button, no copy paste. You need to play all the parts from beginning to the end. It's a live performance. This makes you practice your parts, get better, but you'll likely end up leaving in some imperfections. This makes your music sound more human and relatable. On the other hand, recording over and over in your DAW to get that perfect take, after a while it loses all the energy. It is so easy to get stuck repeating because the digital world provides that convenience of few clicks and seamless edit. Also, if you just copy or loop certain parts, you lose all those little nuances of the live performance. And when you start going through all the takes, chopping them up, you're taking away from the moment of the actual recording process. But having a little break can be beneficial. With these little analog machines, you have to wait while rewinding the tape. So unless you instantly grab your phone, you can take a breather, recollect your thoughts, chill, and think about the track you just recorded. And the playback is 100% auditory experience. That's right, this hardware has no screens. Actually. And you need to rely on your ears, not your eyes. And we're all guilty of relying on our eyes too much. You also have to commit to whatever you're recording and be deliberate with your choices and settings. There are no plugins, and even though there are ways to add effects to your tracks post-recording, it's much better to use your ears again and dial your tones, mic placements and effects before. But this is good. Take a risk. Be intentional. Make an artistic choice. As tactile beings, we like to touch stuff. It's almost therapeutic to turn these knobs, slide the faders, and push these clunky switches. Last thing I'll talk about is the main reason I bought this Tascam 414. You've probably heard limitations breed creativity hundreds of times, and that's because it's absolutely true. These constraints of 4 tracks combined with no distractions of plugins, screens, browsing, clicking, visual checking, and unlimited possibilities that usually result in only paralysis are a creative blessing. I have finished so many songs and had great fun doing it, whereas using a DAW usually makes me frustrated and stuck. Of course, this might not apply to you, but I recommend to at least challenge yourself by setting a track limit. Maybe start with 8 and gradually go down to 4, and see how your approach changes even in a DAW. We're so used to adding and adding, but does it serve the song? Big records of the past didn't use too many tracks. And of course there's always a possibility to bounce down on the machine or to the computer if you feel like your song would benefit from extra tracks. Let me know your opinion on this in the comments, and if you want to see how I challenge myself to write and record an entire album on this 4-track in just 2 days, watch this video.